Good morning. It's about 9 o'clock, and I am just waking up, and like I predicted, I don't really feel very productive right now, but I think that I'm going to watch a few YouTube videos. Doing that always kind of motivates me to start my day, so we'll start there. Alright, here's a little mini before and after. I am up. My room definitely needs some attention. I started to get my laundry stuff gathered. I just have a lot of to-do piles that I've thought over the weeks, I'll get to that eventually. So today is the day. I like to keep my out-of-season clothes in my suitcase under the bed so that, if I have to leave, I can simply unpack it, put my clothes on my bed since I won't be sleeping in it since I'm traveling, or on the couch or something, and then use the suitcase and then come back and then put them away. So I kept all my shorts in here for the winter, and now I'm going to transition and move all my sweaters over so that my shorts can have a nice place to stay. Alright, I got all my sweaters packed away, and now these 3 shelves are open. Stopping for a lunch break. It's about 11:15. I just went ahead and made a cheeseburger and some curly fries with ranch and water to drink. This is all stuff I have already, and I wanted to not go shopping on a hungry stomach. So, this is the first step, even though it's a little early for a burger. Yesterday, we talked in our team chat about how one of our coworkers' birthdays is today, and she's actually on her sabbatical, so she's out of the office for 5 weeks, enjoying some paid time off, and that's a really cool thing my company does. Every 5 years that you work there, you get 5 weeks sabbatical time, but that's not what the point of this is. My friend Casey is on her sabbatical, and it's her birthday today. And yesterday we all talked about sending her birthday wishes at noon. I just texted everybody to remind them what we talked about, so I'm not the one person doing it. And hopefully we just text bombed her a bunch of birthday wishes. So I have done that, and I've been lounging a little bit after lunch, watching some YouTube videos. I'm just really trying to catch up. That's one of the projects, is to get caught up on YouTube. So, but I've been lounging enough, and I know myself well enough to know that if I get too comfortable, I might put a movie on, or take a nap, or decide that I've been productive enough. And since it's only noon now, I definitely do want to get back to work. So, onward ho. My room is basically finished, so this will be a little mini final touches, I suppose, because you saw what the room looked like when I woke up this morning, and I've gone through and kind of put it back together. There's still some stuff that I need to do before I actually do my official final touches video for the bedroom. For example, I painted this wall, which you might have noticed in some of my other vlog videos, but it was only one coat, and I'm still not sure how I feel about the texture. Part of me likes it, but I also feel like it'll look better if it's all really smoothed out. And, with the reflection of the window, it's kind of hard to say, but I really just think that, I keep going back and forth, but I think I will just have one more coat put on to really smooth things out. I'm also not sure if I love the shade of green. I almost want it to be a little bit lighter and more of a Granny Smith apple than this shade, but it's okay. I'm still just deciding, I guess. But that's the wall. The bed is made. I did all the laundry this morning, so that's done. And I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this blanket kind of draped over the corner. I think it kind of works because it brings those grays together. Let me know if you have an opinion about that, but the bed's done. And then I was able to kind of get all laundry finished, so all my laundry is done, and that's the first time that's happened in a long time. I kind of need to go through my books a little bit. This entire bin, besides having my charger for when I'm sleeping, is just books that I want to read or need to read. I did, like I said, pull out all my sweaters, so I've moved all my jeans over. And actually, I kind of like that. Before they were in the closet in a drawer. And this way I can kind of see, first of all, how many I have, because I had no idea that I had 8 pair of jeans, so that was surprising. I also moved my socks, my white socks, over into this bin. This used to be in the refrigerator, but I'm pulled it in here. And then I just tuck all of my used laundry sheets in there so that I can dust with them. I moved my white shirts up to the top because this top drawer used to just have my white socks and my dress socks. But I figured that if I'm wearing a white shirt underneath a dress shirt, I'll be wearing my dress socks. So I put those together in one drawer. And then, that's my underwear. Sorry, you don't need to see that. And then I have all my shirts filed. And then these are filed as well. These are just my rolled pajama pants and my basketball shorts. And then this drawer is empty because the bottom is out. It needs to be repaired and I don't know how to do that. And I love this dresser. It's free from a friend. I really love it. I think it looks kind of cool even though it's a little beat up. So that's why I haven't gotten rid of it, even though that bottom drawer is kind of funky. I have some t-shirts that don't fit in my 2 t-shirt drawers, and I could expand and make a third, but I know that I've got shirts that I'm hanging on to that I should get rid of, so I'm not allowing myself to do that. I'm going to take them all out, try them on, see what I'm actually wearing. I know there are some that I'm keeping for sentimental purposes that I don't need to keep, so I can definitely whittle those down and probably fit these shirts in. And then these are like long sleeve t-shirts that I just don't really have a spot for them yet. So I need to find a spot for those. I mean, I have an entire bottom drawer, so maybe I'll get that fixed and I can do that. And then this pile is just kind of stuff. This is a comforter that, it's a full comforter. I like it because it's a little bit lighter, so it's really good for like cozying up on the sofa in the living room. But it doesn't quite fit the bed because the bed is a queen size. But during the winter, I double up on my comforters so that I don't have to use the heater. And this is a really good one to wear underneath the top comforter. So I'm torn. I kind of want to keep it. I'm also running low on comforter space though because I have this one right down here and it's kind of similar colors. That one is a queen, so I might get rid of one of them. I also have the comforter that's on my bed, as well as a white duvet that I can put a slip cover over or whatever, a duvet cover, and then I have a red one, which I'm going to hold on to for Christmas. I will only use it during the Christmas months because I think it'll look nice with the green wall. Being that I was born on Christmas, I hate red and green together unless it actually is Christmas, so anyway, I don't know. So that's just kind of something I'm thinking about. And these are just all my winter coats that I think I need to send to the dry cleaner, and then I can put them away until the winter or the fall. I also have my new candle that I picked up on a whim. I really like how it smells, and I kind of moved it from the living room to in here, just depending on where I'm at. And then that mirror I'm going to hang up on the wall with those command strips, so that's on a to-do list as well. So that's the bedroom. I was productive in here today. Alright, I'm all showered. The part is gone, and I was just doing my meal planning for the week. I just kind of jotted down some stuff that sounded good to me. I use this, which I got at Goodwill for $1.99, and I think retail for this is, easily $10 or more. But it's just a little pad which has basically it's designed to do your meal plan for the week, and so I just keep it right there, and I kind of customize it a little bit, just doing lunch and dinners, and then I break down the category that I need to buy stuff in so that I will essentially write down what I want for the week. I try to do like leftovers and think about when I'm working both jobs so that I can meal prep when I have time, and then what nights am I home for dinner so I can do the more intricate meals then versus the really easy stuff. things to do at the hotel. It's just like I want to be able to microwave it for 2 minutes and be done. So spaghetti or whatnot is good. I'm at the office. I have a kitchen, so there's no oven, but there are other opportunities to like make grilled cheese or quesadilla. So I'll be doing quesadillas this week with a few other leftover type things. And then I just break it down like bakery, produce, dairy, meat, frozen, dry, and then miscellaneous. And for miscellaneous, I'm getting Brita refills for my Brita pitcher, which has been not being used for weeks and weeks. Some more allergy pills, because I haven't had them since I got back from my trip to Wyoming. Paper towels, I am out. And I didn't realize how often I use them until I've been out for the last few days. So I'm gonna pick up some paper towels. So we are gonna walk to Fred Meyer. I live right next door to a Dollar Tree, and I know that I'm not going to want to stop on my way home because my hands will be full, so I'm just going to pop in real fast. I'm leaving the Dollar Tree. I spent $15, and I will do a haul at the end of today's vlog because I don't know if everyone cares about hauls, and I don't want to interrupt my day, so I'm heading to Fred Meyer now, and I will say that I spent $15 on myself, but then I donated $5 because they're doing some sort of donate school supply thing or something. So she asked if I would do $1, and I said, let's do $5. Hello. Just saw my neighbor. So I did $5, which brought my total to $20. So I'm happy with that, and now I'm gonna walk a couple blocks to Fred Meyer. I need a new shower mirror because the one I have is not fog resistant anymore. I don't know if that feature goes away over time or something, but this is the one I have, and I've had it for like 10 years or something like that. But this one is cheaper and bigger, so I think I'm gonna try that one since it came down. It must be a sign. Now I play a fun game called Getting Us All Home on the Bus. I got all loaded up. All the bags are on my left arm, and then I'm carrying the 12-pack of Pepsi by my right. So I have 13 minutes to kill before the bus gets here. I'm home. The bus said 13 minutes away, so then I watched a 5-minute video on YouTube, and my phone was at like 25%. And then when that was done, I checked the bus again, and it was still 13 minutes away. And it's hot, and my arms were overflowing. I probably would have been okay, except that I was carrying this huge, like, 6-roll thing of paper towels and a 12-pack of Pepsi and this paper tray, none of which fit in a bag. So I had my arm filled with all the grocery bags, plus my Dollar Tree bag, plus all 3 of those things. So that was already like, okay, it's gonna be a pain, but I'm gonna wait for the bus. And then the paper bag for the Dollar Tree ripped, the handle ripped, and I was like, nope, I'm done. So I got on Lyft. It was $6.90 to ride 3 blocks home. But I didn't want to wait for the bus. I didn't want to fight to get on. I didn't want to fight with all my arms full to get a seat or whatnot. And then once I got off the bus, I'd still have to walk about a block to my apartment. And it just wasn't worth the battle. So $6 later, I'm home and I can put everything away. I've got everything put away, but I had a bit of a frugal fail today. As it turns out, this is not paper towels. This is 12 rolls of toilet paper, and I'm already fully stocked on toilet paper, so does anybody need any? I also did pick up some white socks and white t-shirts just because I had mentioned I was kind of needing to refresh on those. And then I am going to film a separate Dollar Tree haul video, which I'll just post separately. But one item I got there were these blue sponges. And the ones I always use are the Scotch Brite ones, which I just opened up my very last one, so I knew that I needed more. I bought this on a whim for $1, but I was worried that it might be grainy because it's from the Dollar Tree. So when I saw these and they had a bit of a sale going, I just went ahead and stocked up on them. So, because I know I will use them, but I'm going to try these out first and see how they do. Otherwise, I've definitely got these as a backup. Let me know if you use either of these sponges or where you get your sponges in the comments below. As I said, everything is put away. And I am pretty excited. The fridge is not empty anymore. I have water chilling in my Brita filter pitcher, which I have not used in weeks. I bought this white rack at the Goodwill for a couple dollars, probably over a year, maybe, yeah, over a year ago, because it was before I moved into my apartment. And I've never used it because I stopped buying canned soda because I thought I'm going to stop drinking soda. But I buy a Pepsi every day, and it probably costs a lot more money to do that than it does just to buy a 12-pack. So I went ahead and just bought a 12-pack. I did mention in a previous video that I want to try to stop drinking soda in August, but for right now, this will get me through. I went ahead and added this middle shelf back in. For a while I didn't have one, but I kind of needed a third row, so I went ahead and just put my little Dollar Tree Lazy Susan in there, and my boxed wine, which I really need to finish. I've got some chicken defrosting in here, and then this is all my stuff for lunches for the week. I just kind of piled it in. I'm gonna do my meal prepping tomorrow probably. But there's the fridge. Pretty excited to actually have stuff in there and some systems in place again. I just filmed, and then I realized that I showed my apartment complex name not once but twice because I was walking by all the signs. So I've got nothing to hide, but you know, I should be a little discreet. And now the bus is coming, so I'll be right back. I'm off the bus and walking to catch a connection bus or transfer bus to dinner. We're going to Italian to a place called Denny Cola's in Portland. I've had them once and they're super good. I've only had them delivered though, so we'll see what the dining in experience is like. On the bus, I started reading Where'd You Go, Bernadette. I am about 30 pages in, so have a little bit of progress to make before the next book club meeting. And I am just waiting 7 minutes for the bus. Here we go. You're not gonna, it's fine.
Oh, do I have to?
Alright, I am done with dinner. I have some leftovers, which will be good for lunch. And there's a bus coming. So anyway, it's called Dina Cola's, not Denny Cola's, like I said earlier, but it was really tasty. I'm going to head home, and I'm just gonna read my book, and then see what happens when I get home. I'm home without my leftovers because I forgot them on the bus. So I was really immersed in the book, and suddenly I realized I needed to get off the bus. So I pulled the cord, hurried off, waited. Gosh, I just can't believe I did that. I did not, and I didn't even realize until I was getting off 25 minutes later, because you know, I got off the bus, caught the next one, rode it 20 minutes, and then realized, oh, I don't have my leftovers. Alright, I'm home. I can't believe I did that. I'm still so mad about my leftovers, but oh well. So, it's about 9 o'clock. I am going to tackle all of this stuff. So, I've got my new basket. I just kind of need to deal with the rest of that. So, I'm going to work on that. Probably put in Shrek 3. I watched the first 2 over the last couple of days, and 3's the worst, but I gotta watch it. Have to watch it in order. It was a very productive day. I got a lot of stuff done. It's just been go, go, go. I hope you weren't too terribly bored. I definitely needed it today, though. I feel like I needed to kind of re-stabilize my home, and I'm pretty happy with where things are, and I have the momentum to keep going. So I will say good night, get this video edited, and fight with the storage on my phone for the rest of the evening. Have a good night.